Yeah.
Yes, okay, meetings, yeah, I wrote it, so I hope I. Meetings called to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please take your seats. We don't have our secretary's not here. I'm gonna need a volunteer to act as secretary. Bueller, anyone? Thank you. All right. So let's do the roll call. I am present. Larry's present. Chad is absent. Jamie, I'm not good. Absent. William Knickerbocker is absent. Gary Cardis is absent. Chris is here. Nicole is here. Judy, one of distinction, is here. I'll forget next month. Don't worry.
Okay.
Catherine is not here. Alejandro's here. Ricardo's here. Ed's here. Fantastic. All right. Any public comments? Nobody here. Okay. Public comments. Any?
I just want to remind people, we have a picnic with the American Legion and the Fair.
Oh,
So will be the sixth,
April 6th?
April 6th. We have some.
All right, pass that around so folks can take a picture of it and invite their
Sure.
veterans. Okay. Any deferrals, additions, or deletions? Okay, none. All right, let's review the minutes, which are attached, I think, page 7, is that correct?
Yeah, whatever's marked as 7 minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. All right, old business. Thank you, Judy, for getting us the quote for enclosure ones, the quote for that big check.
I gotta just, I should have called them to see if they're gonna recognize that. That was a bit ago. I didn't realize it was that long ago that I got that check.
Yeah, I think
I gotta check with Sir Speedy. I'm sure they're cool. Like, I can't imagine being a few dollars more, but it might be.
it actually is about 195 because I'm doing one for
Okay,
American Legion.
they'll probably
I
say
just
they're
got,
good.
so it's only like $10 more.
Okay,
So, well, actually maybe $5 less, but anyway,
Matthew, tell me, we have the tax, like, so we don't have to pay tax on that, right, in the town?
No, we wouldn't have to pay tax. I read it, you know, because it was asked of me to see about the check. The opinion is it's not really necessary because it's the town's money going to the town.
yeah, I know, but we're gonna use it for the scholarships too.
Yeah, but it's still, we have our town's check.
there is a check
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
use.
Yeah, the town has its.
It says down by the links on it, it doesn't say
So
veterans,
we don't need,
it doesn't say veterans.
well, maybe we could put a little sticker over it.
And like
They
this,
might damage it.
the special needs advisory board uses it for their, when they unveil the number. I mean, that's more of a symbolic thing, but. The opinion is it's the, you know, a town giving the town money, so I mean.
We
that's
can write on
something
the
I-
back.
It's not true, actually, it wasn't the town giving the town, these are fundraising money.
it's-
But for Judy's hard work and everybody's hard work,
Yeah, there's a lot
a
of.
little bit of distinction. For her hard work, the town will not be getting this money.
And it's not going to the
Well,
town.
it's not a check from anything.
Well,
It's
one,
just
it's
from
going
fundraising.
to fund that part of it, well, we're talking about the 2022 funds, I think, 2023 funds. We're talking about the ones that are gonna be used for the Veterans Park and et cetera.
Were these funds that were fundraised from the 5K?
Yeah. The
Yes.
one, the
Did
nugget-
any
the top-
town, did any money from the town go to the 5K?
It was
towards
self-funded.
planning?
It was self-funded.
Then it's not going from the town to the town because zero funds from the town were used for the 5K.
Well, we already voted on it, I think, to approve it, correct? And all we're doing was, looking at the amount. So I just say we go forward with one, we have scholarships coming up. that we're gonna be doing. We're giving them money to the American Legion for their vet relief fund.
Correct.
And it'll be nice to have something that says Tom Lang Lakes Veterans Committee. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something that's gonna happen again next year. We're gonna have probably next year money going to the American Legion Relief Fund, merit going to the town, money going to the scholarships.
Yeah, we could have that check.
Yeah.
Over and over and
You use the
over.
dry erase and then you
Yeah.
use it again.
So, because it really isn't town money going to town. We fundraise that. It's a gift from us, the Veterans Committee, and those who were part of the 5K to the town. We cover all the costs. So the question now becomes, how do we execute this?
The money's being pulled from the Arbor Day Fund
That's correct,
specifically.
because I priced out what our veterans vegetable garden is gonna be, and we're gonna be way under what the 2,000 we allocated, so.
Hmm.
All right, so I need a motion to approve the use of this fund and the procurement of this check.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, motion from Gabriel, seconded from
Alex. Alex.
all those in favor.
Fine.
Aye.
Okay, now how do we actually do that?
And the design of it,
Well, it
do we need to vote on that too?
needs to be a quote, or an invoice or
Oh.
something.
Okay. I'll get it.
All right, so I guess,
Do you want me to call them? Or are you gonna call them?
Search speeding,
Yeah,
isn't this the quote right here?
no, that's like an old one that we bought. That's our check. for
yeah,
the Puerto
yeah,
Rico.
so,
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
you know, I guess what I can do is,
Do we have the logo, of the Veterans Committee logo that we can put on the check?
We can put the-
Yes.
this one,
Yeah,
yeah, this logo.
and we'll put the
Oh,
town of
Town
my,
of Miami Lakes.
Have an OG shirt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Town of Miami Lakes, and then you know, this logo. Is that okay, everybody? We put the
Yes.
Town of Miami Lakes and this logo on the check.
Sure.
Yeah.
Better.
All right,
This is an OG.
so, yeah, we can now, I can put the logo
Oh,
and the stuff together and send it to them.
okay, yeah.
Oh, with the.
Call her,
And
she's
then-
really
yeah.
nice. I forgot her name right now. I
Okay.
heard it for.
So once, so let me ask you this. Because once I do this and I call her, I already, since I'm doing this for American Legion, I sent her the proof, what I think of design, they send me I have to pay before they create the final proof. So how is that done? Since it's coming from the Arbor Day Fund. Do I submit,
He just said he needed a quote.
so you just need that and you'll run with it? And I send you the proof? Sounds good, thanks,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
it sounds fair enough, but now I'm thinking, to use money from a fund for another another avenue, if it's on Arbor Day, well, it's gonna be for the Arbor Day.
Where's the vegetable garden going?
And you-
In Veterans Park.
I'm just thinking, I always think about if it has to go to council, because if it's, you know, used for another purpose other than the line item.
Is it below the
It's
threshold?
like-
Isn't it below the threshold?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, you can move the money, but it's like a. Yeah, that's an interesting, I'm just thinking out loud, I think it's
I
fine.
mean, we brought shirts,
Email me the
logo and
process.
stuff and, yeah, okay.
No, I'll send you the look, I have all them.
Okay, good. Yeah, send me a little mock-up check. That's what they need. They need a little mock-up. Then you.
They need us to do the mock-up?
I can
This
do a
is-
mock-up. That's what I'm telling you.
They have a template already, because we didn't have to do all that. We gave them our logo, we told them we wanted
Okay,
it, and
yeah.
then fit it out. They
Okay,
have a
great. Give me a
template.
logo for the town and Veterans Committee and I'll say we need a dry erase check.
And you'll just have to decide how you want the two logos to, you know, cooperate with each other or be laid out on the check.
And we'll make Veterans Committee like
Yeah,
20 pitch font and Town of Mango like 5 pitch.
Yes, we do.
Something like that. All right, moving right along, let's talk about our vegetable garden for the Arbor Day. Enclosure 2, you will see prices. Now, we allocated $2,000. And basically, we buy like, how many of these containers we want? Because they're huge containers. They didn't put the dimensions on them. Thought I got it, but I guess I didn't.
But there are follow-up questions to this though.
There's 4 by 8 feet containers, Home Depot. And so we get 2 of those. Comes out to 238. And then 2, of course, plant beds. And those are the vegetables I was thinking of. It comes out to 269, so total is 507. What's your,
Through the chair, how are you gonna protect it?
how are we gonna
It's
protect
a
it?
park, you have soccer, you have baseballs.
Oh,
soccer balls,
it's
how are
gonna,
you?
you
build
know
a
where it's
fence
gonna
around
be, well, it's gonna be, it has to be in full sun, but it's not gonna be in where the open area is. It's gonna be between Mary Collins, there's an aerial lamp between Mary Collins and the restroom, you know, the regular
Right.
restroom. It'll be right in there, and there's an area of sun.
And for animals, raccoons,
Well-
squirrels that might go in there and eat.
What we're hoping to be able to do is, one, we have a raised bed, first of all. But the second thing is, we're gonna have to eventually put some chicken wire kind of thing,
Right.
so.
Right.
You have chicken wire still?
I don't have chicken wire skills.
Me either.
I have project management skills, but I don't have chicken wire skills.
So, you know, obviously, before the season gets going, we're gonna have to do the chicken wire piece too, and,
So the 2,000 might be right on the money when you.
I don't, you're gonna,
when
it's
you do
five,
this, when-
no,
when
it's
you do
507 for all, for most of it, you think you're gonna spend $1,500 for chicken wire?
No, the other side of it, who's gonna maintain it? Who's gonna
Oh.
clean up? Who's gonna, is it park staff? Is it town staff? Is it the
Oh,
company that comes
that's-
and does landscaping? There's a maintenance cost after the fact.
Not really, because if we chicken wire and we protect it,
Uh-huh.
all right, the plant seeds pretty much already set. And they should just be watered and stuff like that. And so what I'm hoping is, you know, we have an American Legion meeting there once a month, correct?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna pull all of those guys out of that meeting, we're gonna water that garden.
Okay.
And
And pick
we
out
can-
the rotten fruit and,
Yeah,
okay,
you know,
Weed it.
once a month,
okay.
weed it if there's any weeds.
We can probably have a thing and we can have volunteers come do that.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We could all help that.
Yeah, we have plenty of people like that.
Millennial high school students, any volunteer hours you graduate?
Then the National
Yeah.
Junior Honor Society there,
And
and
we-
the Young Marines.
It won't be,
Do
it's 4 foot by 8 foot, too. I mean, we're not working a farm here, we're working a.
No, but.
It's, I mean, it's not a very migrant farm work. You know what I mean, it's not like, oh, I spent a whole day on the farm. No, it's gonna be 5
Who's gonna be
minutes.
security to watch it?
Probably every time I go to the, if I go to the park, I'll just probably be like going.
No, but you need something like
gardening
a lock
time.
gate, so you don't have critters getting in there,
Yeah, that's the main
you
thing.
know, possums, raccoons,
So
squirrels.
we'll figure that piece out. Maybe I'll find somebody who actually has not project management skills, but skills. But anyway, so let me at least get this approved for this part. And then we'll look at figuring out the chicken wire. thing.
Well, but it's not just, but I'm thinking as somebody from the town. Somebody is running by, a little kid is running by and they cut themselves on the chicken wire.
Oh, God.
The town, it can happen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I know, it's. oh,
The
God.
town is not liable, so you have to find a material like a chain link fence. Where it's less likely that they can get hurt.
Those plastic ones, they used to.
Plastic chicken wire?
No, plastic.
You know what I mean? Like, this isn't something to have in your backyard. This is gonna be in a public space where people can get hurt.
Well, you
If
know,
they
you have
run into it.
you have a playground
Yeah,
and you have swings
yeah.
and you have slides and you
Yeah.
have monkey bars.
Mhm.
If I was a betting man, the opportunity to get hurt is much more on swings, monkey bars, slides, than trying to find that one place and hurting yourself in that garden.
Just playing devil's advocate here. I don't mean to ruffle feathers.
No, it's good to make play devil's advocate. but I
I've
mean,
thrown many children's birthday parties at the town, at that park.
You're gonna play Lorenzo Bovia.
No, yeah, I have to.
Yeah, so what's
Just to
your
have-
your recommendation is to put a chain link fence? over it?
Yeah, something that is hazard proof, just to have a bounce house at a party. You have to prove to the town that the vendor that you're bringing in has a $1 million liability policy.
Yeah, that's.
That's for a
house.
bounce house.
Yeah. This is not a
So,
bounce house. I hope
I
there's
understand.
bounces in it.
But that's just for bounce, it's gonna be there for 4 hours.
Okay.
Well,
So imagine having something that
But I
can
would
cause
say,
trouble.
now that he brought all that stuff up. Has this been approved with all like that stuff and the chicken wire and all that?
I
Chicken
know
wire's
approved by who, the town?
Well, I'm just saying, now that we're talking about,
Have I briefed it to the town council? Yes. Were they okay with it?
well, I'm just saying there might be an exclusion. You said slides and all that, but that's written into the policy that the town has,
Yeah.
right? I'm down with the vegetable garden,
Absolutely.
but what I'm saying is that, and I'm looking at it from like an insurance attorney perspective.
Mhm.
There might be an exclusion for stuff that, like that.
It's a known, like, it's
Like,
known.
not known, but it's like not something part of the park. So what I'm thinking about, it might be an issue. Even getting something like that approved.
Okay,
So
let's-
I mean, I would say like run it through parks, right? Or
let's do that. Let's make a motion to run it through the town council and parks. Prior to purchasing it.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yes.
Run it
Okay.
through- run it
So
through
I need a
Jeremy.
motion to run it through parks and town council.
Make a motion?
I'll make a motion to run through
I
the park
second.
and through the town. And through
All those in
Jeremy
favor?
and everybody.
Aye. Okay.
Smart.
So we will defer purchasing it until then. See what happens.
Yeah, I think the other part is the aesthetics, right? It's gonna look like Fort Knox, just to have a couple, you know, it's chicken wire and a fence and then. That's the
I'm
other
thinking
side.
of an
Yeah,
enclosure,
you
like
know-
like a chain link fence,
Yeah,
like
let me-
4x8.
But let me just share
It could
something,
be
let me show you a
2 feet on
reality
each side.
of the federal government and state governments. But there's something we call bureaucratic kill. I know, I did it a lot. And we can bureaucratically kill anything by putting obligations and requirements on it. We're inviting a bureaucratic kill. I'm just saying that. So just so you be aware,
Yeah.
because, you know, we created an issue that we never even heard of, that I never read a piece on, that I never saw. You're inviting a bureaucratic kill. So
Are there
all I
other
will say
parts?
is, I can do a bureaucratic kill on every single suggestion you ever make to improve that park. Easy peasy.
I saw one in Washington DC.
Yeah.
The vegetable garden
Yeah, so I'm just
and
saying,
park.
be aware of that,
Yeah.
that we are inviting that. And having been in the military for 32 years, and as a judge advocate for 32 years,
Yeah.
and reviewing bureaucratic kills,
Yeah.
engineering bureaucratic kills, oh, this is easy. This is taking, candy from a baby. This is clubbing baby seals.
But if we
So
already
let's
have a
not
$2,000
let's not invite bureaucratic kills.
So maybe then let's withdraw and just do it.
We have a $2,000
Well,
budget.
I
What
think
if
we already put the
paid?
motion in, let's see, and if it comes back and they kill it, then I will say, here we are.
I think a lot of the way you present it to Lorenzo, the way you present it to Jeremy, that's gonna be a lot. The way you present it to them, like,
Well,
Say
here's,
they need
here's,
housing.
here's one thing I know, Larry, is, fact of the matter is if you say there's a risk, every bureaucracy is risk averse. But you know what? Everything has a risk.
Right.
So you invite a bureaucratic kill. That's all I'm saying. But now that we put the motion, fine, let's do it.
We can withdraw it.
We can withdraw the motion.
And just
That's why
move
I
forward
think
with
it's the
your
finish of
idea.
the entire train of
Alright,
thought.
good deal.
We already have approved $2,000 for it, correct?
Yes.
We're using so far 500
Yes.
for $1,500. Is it possible?
Make something safe and not, yeah.
Sign.
If it's in the
We could
budget.
put a
Let's
sign.
do the first step, which is buy the boxes, put them up there. Let's do that. Let's withdraw. I make a motion to withdraw
The motion,
not the motion, the approval of the last motion. Let's go back to your motion. Let's approve the boxes. Let's approve the seats and we'll move from there.
Okay.
And that's it, because I still don't think parts is, but that's besides the point.
does Parks even know we're doing this?
Yeah, actually,
you gotta ask them.
actually, Jeremy and I sat there and he said where we could put it.
So he
Oh,
knows.
perfect.
No,
Oh,
yeah, this,
okay.
I was gonna say, this was already presented to council.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Like,
yeah.
That's it.
I think it's
I
more
ran-
of just
I
a
ran the
marketing
traps.
parks thing to make sure it's correct.
So it sounds like Jeremy's already given us blessing.
Yeah, he already,
I
he
think
even
this
talked
is-
about where to put it.
Yeah, I think the discussion is.
I'm ready with that.
is-
Alright, so we have a motion to withdraw the previous motion, this
Previous approved.
previous approved motion.
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Aye. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, okay. All right, we're going back to make a vegetable garden.
We're gonna keep it. To give me some.
I really think I need to solve the chain link fence or the chicken wire thing before we buy everything.
Well, it's a
put,
plastic fence that doesn't hurt anybody.
Oh,
I saw it, you know, so they do.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
Doing
talking
this on a
about.
roll?
Yeah, they.
No, it's like a little, and then you just tighten it down.
Yeah.
Plastic netting, whatever it is.
And then, even if you run into it, it's nothing happens.
Yeah, and you gotta be, yeah, it's 4 foot by 4 foot and it's like a
I
hundred.
told for it, yes.
Yeah, I've seen it, and we got the funds. Yeah, we got the funds. Okay,
It's 4x8, right?
yeah.
Doing a chain link enclosure that's 8 feet by 12 feet by 8 feet high. Might cost about $1,500
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I know because
with a lock.
for my HOA, we have these, for my HOA, we have these, we're looking at fencing enclosures to kind of enclose air conditioning units, you know, and also the trash bins.
Mhm.
And they're 4 foot by 4 foot.
Are they trellis looking white stuff?
And they kind of like, no, they're not trellis, but they're white and they have like louvers and stuff like that. And which one about the picture, but anyhow, that's $110. And we only need a few, and they stick into the ground, so they're not permanent. We can pull them out if we need to and stuff like that, just in case. So we can look into that as well. And that is a 4 foot by 4 foot, you know. And then we just get a few and we enclose it. That's pretty good.
Can you see through them good to see what's in there?
Kind of louvered, it's kind of louvered, so,
I mean, just because the point of it is to have
Yeah, I know, I
it
know.
seen.
And will you have accessibility to the vegetable?
Have to pull one up to get in there,
boy,
Who eats the vegetables?
and squirrel.
We'll set it at the farmer's market and have another one. There you go.
these are all great questions. No one eats for vegetables. No one eats for vegetables. That's the problem with our
We'll sell them at the farmer's market.
We'll get a tent.
We'll sell them at the farmer's market.
That's it.
That's another revenue stream.
Ed has identified the fundamental problems of our American diet. No one eats for vegetables. Anyway, moving right along.
Parents are gonna be terrible. just-
The question I have is how do we even get this stuff? How do we procure it?
Well, JP, who was the special projects manager, he'd been asking me while Jeremy was out, on paternal leave, about the project. I think it's really just something that, you know, we've allocated dollars towards.
Yeah,
It's really, it's up to the parks,
to eventually purchase it and stuff like that.
because, you know, they're gonna have their methodology. and
It'll be nice if we could actually do it for the
With
Arbor Day thing,
processes.
because it's a
Right.
veteran victory garden, so.
When are you supposed to plant? What's the time of year you're supposed to be planting these things?
I think we're late.
I mean, they got, you know, they get planted in the spring.
We're
and they
late.
harvest in the
We're late.
fall.
We're late.
Arbor Day's a month away.
No, but we're late for season for planting vegetables for
Vegetables.
Florida. It gets too hot in the summer. Carrots, but they're terrible. And lettuce is too late, for sure.
So this is planning for Arbor Day of next year.
You could do tomatoes.
Are we planting?
yeah.
Oh, no, this year.
You could do cucumbers, they're a little crazy with bugs.
Plant an orange tree.
I was thinking about citrus, I was thinking about that too.
Just let, you know, it's like, Marbella in like Spain, that they just have them in public places.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
I'm glad that what he said, plant.
Instead of,
Big gardens too.
Cause that'll last forever. But
I don't know, that has to get approved by parks, because that's totally different than what we.
Yeah,
I like that.
And there's stuff in the ordinance about non-native trees.
Yeah.
orange trees are native to
And,
Florida.
no, but
I'm
I'm saying,
old
I'm
enough to
saying
know that.
there's that question of planting fruit is, it opened the next level of digging through.
Okay.
Where are we
Territory, right?
Huh?
Where are we dedicating this to?
Nobody. It's a veterans victory garden. Back in World War II, they had victory gardens to provide vegetables and stuff, because all the vegetables and everything were going forward to the frontline troops.
Okay.
So this is just kind of honoring that tradition of what we call it, you know, self initiative and, sacrificing and, taking care of your home and stuff, so that way you can support the troops overseas with whatever's growing.
Creates awareness.
Yeah, creates awareness. Yeah.
So I know the first step is to actually plant the garden and the basics, but are we gonna eventually move forward with adding a plaque? With that description on it?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was actually something, I don't know if we ever got
I
in.
think it was mentioned.
Did it get into
I
new
thought we
business?
did, but
I think, well, I didn't think it got into the new business. I sent an email, but we'll add it to can we add it to the new business, talk about plaques on Veterans Park in general? Make it, I know I'm going back. A, B, I guess, 8B, new business. I have an idea for it. That'll make it kind of interesting. Don't know if it's fun, practical, but I have an idea.
So that'd come out of the 2,000 set aside for the project.
The plaque thing?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Okay, so. Yeah, so Jonathan, if you can just have JT and those guys purchase the stuff and.
butterfly garden. And just have plants and flowers that butterflies come to. I mean, just, that's another memorial type of thing. I know it's kind of going off your thing, but you won't need any kind of protection for a butterfly garden.
But I was kind of hoping for a victory.
Okay, I'm sorry, just put it out there.
No, I mean, I like brainstorming. I was trying to go with that tradition of,
It's just a hard thing to grow vegetables.
In a public.
In Miami Lakes. It's not Florida.
You guys can come over and watch, see my vegetable garden in my backyard.
We're gonna all take turns watching it grow.
That's my point. Backyard versus public space, very different.
Yeah, we know.
We need
Yeah,
protection.
we
Strip
know.
one.
Yeah, we need, I think we should have an armed guard there.
And make
Not
sure
that
he
extreme.
or she is a veteran too.
Yes.
It could work for under $2,000 a year also.
And, yeah,
How did you get inside?
and shark,
Or
shark
order.
with
There you go.
lasers would help too.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along.
So are we moving on this motion?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I think
No,
we haven't even voted on it.
No,
Okay, all those in favor of, what was it?
doing all this in B.
Doing all this in B, say aye.
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 Well, we have to have someone move it, so.
Well, she did, and
I
No,
no.
The original one.
The original one, we withdrew that.
Oh, yeah, we knew a new one, that's right. Can I get a motion to do everything in B?
I put a motion to do everything in B.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Ed. Okay. Boy,
See,
this is the most over-designed
Hey, let's
vegetable
talk about
garden.
C.
Ever on earth.
Ever on earth. C, scholarship update.
What's going on with scholarship
I
update?
saw an article in the Miami Laker, that was awesome.
Yes.
We have no responses.
None?
Um,
Seriously?
yeah, there's,
what are the
Hello,
requirements, what are the
Miami
requirements?
Lakers.
for scholarship?
I'm addressing the Miami Lakers right now.
It has two eyeballs.
We have thousands of dollars. If you're a veteran, you're a Miami Lakes resident, and you have a child, an adult child in university, junior or senior in high school, a technical school, a trade school, becoming a beautician,
Yes,
anything,
anything. And
we will give you money to help defray their costs.
How much money do we have?
A lot.
$22,000, no, how much is it?
17,000, please.
Okay, does it only, can it only be a child? Can it be a returning veteran that's starting to go to school? In combination with your GI Bill?
I don't know, why it couldn't be.
Well, it's not.
Is it gonna take another act of
No.
Congress to change it?
That,
It's the hardest,
Honestly,
it's the hardest thing.
a great point.
Has
We
anybody
didn't
reached out to-
include that, did we?
we did not. That's an amazing.
That's a good point. That's something I don't think we
Do you
included.
guys know anybody either way?
No.
Reached out to principals, school principals?
yeah, I've sent it to.
Yeah.
Um,
That we have done, but what he's saying is a different thing. Someone that, you know. out of
Yeah, we
high
should
school
open
went-
it up to those who are veterans.
Yes.
I mean, a GI Bill is an incredible thing, but you know,
Yeah,
every little bit helps.
Books.
Every little bit helps.
GI Bill doesn't pay for books.
No. Okay. Can I help make a motion to open up the eligibility?
I'll put a motion to open up the eligibility to all recently, but we need to define recently.
Well, I would say to all veterans,
To all veterans that are in
you know,
Currently enrolled in.
collegiate.
who are going to school,
Trade school. and-
trade school.
Yeah.
You know, if Jerry
Cool.
decides he wants to be a beautician and wants to do nails, here's my ear. You know, I say we pay for, give him a scholarship for it. So all those in
I
favor?
second.
Okay, so the motion on the table is to provide the same criteria for what we will pay for, but for veterans who are
As well.
Miami Lakes residents.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Good. Thank you. I don't know why we forgot that
Now let's find them.
group.
Yeah.
In any point, in any case, make sure we're sharing, make sure we have another round of posts going on
Yeah, I
this
haven't seen
week.
any yet.
And the initial one out,
I'm surprised.
no, the initial one had already gone out.
Hector had few schools, I know, right here in Miami.
There are apps
Hector, right?
that show scholarships available.
Well, I will tell you one thing that we can look at too, and that may open it up even more. I know believe it or not, there's a Samsung scholarship that is given to those kids who are selected for Boy State from the American Legion.
Mhm.
And it's the grandchildren of veterans too, because like we all realize, there's no draft anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's so very few veterans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they even include the grandchildren of veterans,
Okay.
so if we still don't have anything by next month, You know, I say we open it up to grandchildren,
I mean,
you know, as long as the grandparents are residents,
Meet next.
huh?
The deadline would have passed by the next time we meet.
Well,
Do we have to-
hopefully we
have
have
an
somebody
extension
by
of the
then.
deadline?
How much are we giving per scholarship? 500 and
We're dividing it up.
Yeah,
Whoever
If we get 10.
applies.
Whoever,
If you get one, you're gonna give them $22,000?
17,000.
Or 17,000?
no.
Hey, you're gonna find one.
He's gonna go to school.
He's gonna go back to school.
I didn't want to bring it up.
He's gonna go back to school.
I did not want to bring it up.
Fortunately,
I just gotta.
members of the committee cannot partake.
Good try, man.
Conflict.
Yeah, now he's like,
Bring it up.
and now he's like, I picked a bad time to rejoin the
I
committee.
I resolved.
He's resigning.
Yeah, he's
Too late.
resigning.
I'm good financially. I'm okay.
Too late.
Yeah, no, I just got accepted to UM for my MBA.
Oh, wow.
Dividing it up among the number of people that do apply alleviates having to pick and choose,
That's
like
a good
pecking order of
Exactly right.
the veterans.
Yeah.
Supersede the children's,
Yeah,
you know.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, I mean, what we're gonna sit there and say, well, you know, one person's becoming a doctor, the other person's becoming an auto mechanic, and we're,
Right.
you know, so we pay, no, we pay them all the same.
Yeah.
Pay them all the same.
That's a good.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So if next month we have nobody, then we're gonna open it up to the if you're a grandparent and you're a resident of Miami Lakes and you have a grandchild, open it up to them.
When's the deadline?
Again, the deadline is March 3rd.
Or if we wanna open it up right now.
We're gonna,
Wow,
we're
that's-
gonna make a motion and put that in the deadline.
This week is pretty.
It's
We're
March
gonna
3rd.
extend it.
I know.
You have to
No,
wait
it's
then.
April,
April.
April.
I
But
make a
this
motion.
week is spring break.
I make a motion to extend the deadline to May 3rd, whatever what day of the week is the one you were,
I think we were doing it to coincide with the EAB that represented maybe at the.
the committee, I mean, the
Board of
council.
Excellence.
Wouldn't Memorial Day be a nice token?
We don't-
I don't know, we're honoring our dead, we're honoring our dead.
Yes.
You,
We should-
you
we
you
should-
probably don't wanna push it too close to the end of the school year anyways.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
why
true.
people are like, minds are made up.
So,
May,
so we have.
we
yeah,
need
push
another
it-
month, at least
Yeah.
another month, so let's move it to May.
Yeah, let's move it to May, and I really think maybe we should open it up to the grandchildren.
Dr.
Yeah.
Sanchez knows.
Just because. All
All
right,
right, so withdraw the last motion.
Draw the last motion. No,
No, no.
this is an additive, this is additive, right? So it's not,
Amendment.
Motion on the floor to move the deadline from April 3rd to May 3rd.
And
well, we should do one thing per motion, right? So first, let's do the date. So moving it from April 3rd to May 3rd, do I have a second?
Second,
Okay, second,
to budget, May?
May
May 3rd.
May 3rd.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next motion I need, Chris. is-
that's Good Friday, is that a
So
problem?
open up to grandchildren.
Is to open it up to,
What, I'm
No, May 3rd.
I'm sorry, I saw April, sorry, my phone just did.
Yeah.
It's
It's kind of arbitrary what day we pick, right?
Yeah,
No, but
Really.
May 3rd is
May 3rd
Friday.
is a Friday, so
that's
that's kind of just.
Yeah,
yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's all online anyway.
Nice.
And then Chris he's making the motion to open it up to the grandchildren of veterans as long as the grandparent
Yes.
is a resident of Miami Lakes.
do that now too, right? Let's
Yes.
just do it, yes.
Oh, yeah, grandparents are resident? Okay.
Who put the motion on the floor?
I did.
You did.
Who's second?
Have a second, Larry?
The grandchild of the Miami Lakes.
So now we have a grandchild, a student of a dependent a dependent of a veteran or a veteran. We've got
Yes.
three,
Say linear descendants.
we need
No
23.
kidding, we're about to get there, aren't we?
Or go back up.
Linear descendants.
We're gonna go back up to
The past
add-
10 years, here's the money.
Third cousin twice removed.
Yes,
Mine's
You
not.
had it too.
Like, you're- gift cards, gift cards, all the way to the-
I haven't even met my third
Yeah,
cousin
you-
twice removed.
What
Just
about-
getting your
Here's the
scholarship.
check.
Yeah.
Drop like in.
Look, service
With a just chair.
This tells you more of how kind of sad it is
This
right
meeting is
now,
off the
on the
rails.
veteran situation, you know, and there's
Yeah.
just so few people who serve. Okay, did we actually vote on that motion or we just started laughing?
We started laughing.
All in favor?
No, it's gone.
Okay, so we got grandparents, the grandchildren.
I have it written down.
Okay, great. Okay. We got the scholarship update, good. Arbor Day, the groundbreaking for the vegetable garden. So that's the target date. If we can have JT and those guys do it that day, that'll be
We're
wonderful.
gonna see.
If not, all we do is show up and pretend to dig a hole,
Right.
even though it's gonna be a raised garden.
We'll do a rendering on the easel.
Yeah. Ow. You have rendering skills?
I have an easel.
Wait, what, sorry, what is it? like adding a rendering.
Like a drawing of what the garden
Yeah.
will be if we don't have the garden, we'll put a little easel there with a nice. Like,
Nice
we'll
old
use like
tree.
something that size.
Yeah,
I'll have my agent.
that's a big rendering,
A little smaller, but
you know, tomatoes will be lifelike.
I can get my ad agent to probably do
We'll see
it,
about the April 26th.
All right, that sounds great. Yeah, that way we have something.
something,
Yeah, besides a golden shovel.
and a shovel, yes.
All right. You're great.
Do we have the shovels, the nice shovels?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I guarantee that was a team right there.
Yeah.
Shovel, shovel.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
good.
shovels at the-
62 of them right there in the mayor's office. All right.
We have shovel program.
Okay, good.
You know, ceremonial shovel.
No dirt.
Ever.
Yeah, we can all take a picture of all holding a ceremonial shovel. Here's us doing
In
that.
white, we'll all wear white.
Man, I don't know what's going on today, but it's funny. All right, military banners replacement, next item. How are we doing on funding that, Jonathan?
We have a quote. I sent out for 110 because with the reprint 100, we can assume we're gonna get 10 more. It's 13,849, which is, I think it's like a hair over what we allocate.
So we're replacing all of them, not just the ones that are worn.
Well, those are all.
That's for, yeah.
Except
Then
the
why
new
did I
thing.
bring them? I picked them up and the vendor brought them here. To throw them away?
No, I think they're back in storage now. I did the idea was
Some of them are
to
pretty cheap.
see
what
which
you can
ones will be
salvage.
pulled out of, well, not salvage, because at that point we have the older ones that don't have the Space Force logo and, you know, some of them have passed away, or I think Gary let me know about a couple that would be pulled out.
And give it to families.
But yeah, like I guess the cap, because right now we have like, I think 3 new banners.
Okay,
Um,
and we don't have
Kids
anybody,
that are gonna go to college? The new banner people?
That's a good resource. You would have, when they fill out the application for the banners, they
Yeah,
have.
maybe we can find them that way, let's go after them.
One of them is Chad,
Oh,
one of them is Bill.
oh,
And one of another one that I don't remember. But that's just for the new banners. We're getting a quote for the install. The idea is we're gonna reach out to Fred and hopefully he can cover the install. We have the allocated money. You know, it's still a little less, because the committee allocates 12.5. This is 13.9 essentially.
well,
So
we have
the 14
Arbor Day
difference.
money. We can go over.
Don't we have money in our budget that was earmarked for that?
Yeah, 12.5.
5.
And
Yeah,
that's covered?
Yeah, 13.9 is the
Yeah,
cost.
all right.
And that's, but again, that's just for the reprint. Assuming we get 10 new, it's gonna be less than 110 because, you know, again, Gary's set to pull some out of rotation.
So is everything tracking for Memorial Day setup?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that's just the information out there. I mean, once we get that quote for the install, I guess it'll give us the total to take away from our 12.5, and then we can ask Fred to cover the rest.
He won't bother.
Like, yeah, if it's just install, it's good that there's still that 12.5
Yeah.
because
Yeah, he
almost
won't.
14,000 is.
Well, thank God, I mean, Michael Booth thought of that, and made that part of the line item that we have that, so we had that hard line item number that might be sure that. Yeah, he's the one who asked for that funding.
We had a good, we had.
No, but-
For the install.
I
I went
think,
to the council.
I think originally, but I think last fiscal year, there was a specific, you know, intention of keeping it in because of the just in case.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I argued that just in case, but Michael was the one who. really
No,
got
of
on
course,
it.
the original.
Michael sent me to the council meeting. We had presented
so
the
that's
council
why-
meeting. building.
Let's hope Fred comes through, but you know,
There's
Like
more,
I'll call him.
there's more posts going out next week about, you know, people getting their banners, you know, so.
all right. Sounds
I,
good.
I do wanna say, I think there's an idea in my head that exists of starting fresh, because then that would allow us to get the new design, because we can't pull the information from the old vendor, all the original names, photos, service eras, so kind of
We need
live with
to-
them.
Oh, wow.
And so we just say reprint them and it'll be done. I just can't get that information. So there's an idea of maybe like starting over from 0.
It took us a long time to get to.
Yeah, it's like such.
Our consideration was like 20.
You got originally,
Yeah.
Who holds that
We
information?
had to originate the information in order to give it to them, so we must. have
Yeah,
it.
I don't have, the original, upload. I don't know which liaison or
So
staff
we can look
member
at
it
the
is.
correspondence that we have with them.
Yeah, so,
And if you have problem, go Willie help you.
yeah, I mean, I've been looking at it. That's just something I've been. figuring
Yeah, I'm sure
out.
it's in there.
Yeah.
Data never leaves.
Yeah.
So just either ask Claricel or whatever, hopefully no one's.
So we need to ask Fred to take it from 12.5 to 13.9.
Could we wait?
39 plus whatever install costs.
I was talking.
So 13.9 is just the banners?
Yep.
Yes,
Inflation.
installations maybe.
It's another
It's,
5 grand.
it's 125 each.
In the past,
Installation
in
is
the
fine.
past, we didn't even put the 12.5 prior to this. Fred could cover the whole night.
Agreed.
And the town
No.
paid for the install. So the Veterans Committee really didn't pay anything.
Yeah.
But in this case, now that the town paid for the install, not the Veterans Committee. So what we're doing this time, what we're saying,
I don't know the
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did it?
yes, the town paid for the install and Fred paid for the banners. And you can check into that and find it to be so. So I think that before anything, you need to go back and check that. Yeah, the town paid for the install in the past.
I just remember
Let's
last.
maybe find out tomorrow
I didn't-
Fred.
I didn't put it.
Yeah, let's see what Fred covers and then
Oh,
we can
Fred
figure
brings
out
it
what we need, what the delta is and cover that.
Fred's picking the ones from he's doing it right for it.
But we also remember that he's getting marketing out of it, so it's not just that he's giving us free money. Like,
No, I know.
No,
Yeah,
I'm.
and-
quid pro quo.
Yeah, and we gotta be considerate too, because the auto industry right now, a lot of these places like Fred's, they're not in a profit mode like they were the past few years. Things have changed. So I wouldn't be surprised if, we wouldn't, that they didn't contribute as much,
I know.
or if any.
Well,
That's somebody knows a little bit about.
So do
Yeah.
I ask him for the extra 1,400 or do I ask him for an extra 1,400 and installation costs?
Or do we
Well,
find
I
out the
mean-
city pays for it, the town?
I have no recollection of the town fee.
You know,
I've also not been.
Can we move to new business?
yes, let's move to new business and you talk to Fred about what you want. to talk to Fred about.
And you could do research for us to see.
Yeah,
if
that'll
it's
be-
not-
I'll- Yeah, ask him for
Yeah,
1,400 instead of.
I'll connect with you about.
We can talk about it later so we can move to new business, so.
All right, cool.
All right, this is basically the presentation of the 10,000 check to the town for the Veterans Memorial. All this is dependent upon when Sir Speedy completes the check and when we can get on the calendar. So, but, that's one thing I want to do. And then we also want to do a presentation to the American Legion Post. And we'll probably,
Can we do it at the barbecue?
they have it at the barbecue. We can do it at the barbecue.
At his
Yes,
barbecue?
But it's April 6th, well, we have to check by April 6th.
We get there quick, if you do it, it's quick.
Now, the
It's got
question
to be
becomes,
done.
how do we get a check from the town
So
to
we're
American
still
Legion?
waiting on the account to be made, because we can't just take from the actuals, like we can't just take from the pot of money, it has to become a grants and aid account,
Mhm.
because it's not a cost to the event, if you think about it like that.
Okay,
So I'm still waiting on that, and then, once that's taken care of, because we already have the.
yeah, the check to
it's
the
really
town
close.
is just, you guys already have our money. So it's just like, here you go,
It's-
here's just a
it's-
presentation,
it's
but the
simple.
check,
Yeah,
we actually need money to the American Legion.
right, and so that account hasn't, the real check hasn't been cut, the symbolic one is gonna be fine, but the real check has been cut.
When,
because that-
we have an ETA on when it's gonna be cut,
I can bother financing it, but I don't have them.
So
sounds to me like,
I have a question about the American Legion. check.
yes.
Did any American Legion members vote on the disbursement of that check?
No, in fact, every American Legion member who was part of the committee
Wait,
isn't,
go, I'm sorry, finish, because then I have another question.
cannot in any way partake in that.
The American Legion also set up a separate account especially for the money from these funds at Fargo Bank. So that money separated from the other money that.
Nor can any person who's on the veteran committee decide
Where it goes?
where it goes.
That was-
And it's supposed to be.
No, I just don't want.
Yeah,
No, we don't want to complicate
Yeah,
matters. And it's supposed to be
The
for,
hardest money to
like
get
people to
is the money
pay
I've raised
for an
back
auto
to years
repair
ago.
that they can't afford, or rent they couldn't make, or electric bill they couldn't make, so they won't become homeless.
They even had to set up a separate subcommittee within the American Legion, post 144, for that specific item,
Yeah.
so that the members of the committee wouldn't have any say so on it.
Yeah. Yep. I wouldn't even know who's getting it. be honest, if it's even dispersed.
Which is a relief because
Hopefully you
that's a
expect
whole
to
other
hear
can of
faster than we
worms
did.
about trying to choose whose electric's better than someone's rent.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
a-
you gotta go.
I assumed we weren't gonna.
That's it, we voted on every, thank you very much, Larry.
Yeah, we're having a chicken place at Lake Martha and some.
Again with the chickens?
Dude, you moved it to smoothie, and I just saw a picture.
You're proud of me.
If you see any squirrel around the. You got the chicken living on the bench in Smoothie King, man.
Best video I've ever seen.
Stop feeding the
Thank you, this year.
Bye.
HOAs, I tell you, HOAs, wow. I'm on my HOA.
He's like a chicken fighter. He hates chicken.
I do need to speak about the dates in section 9.
Okay, before that, the new business we added was dealing with some plaques and stuff.
Right, 8B.
In Veterans Park. And I had a thought, and I think I sent you an email on it, but it was a while back. If we create like, you know, a small little QR code. You know, with little tiny signs, and people can like take a picture of it, and it pops up. Who's this
Oh,
tree
I
dedicated, you know what I mean?
remember that.
Who's this
I
tree dedicated to?
Like an etched one, like.
Yes,
it's Part of
yes.
a little granite thing, with a little etched metal thing,
That
yeah.
can be red,
What?
etched in.
Yeah,
Yeah, QR codes
yeah,
are,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
super.
Oh, yeah.
There are restaurants that have the little ones with the metal plate
There's
on
not a
it.
ton-
Yeah.
lot of tolerance.
Parks,
Then you know, you can actually bring up the person's biography and stuff like that, you can, and you know, and then. And
That's
same
nice.
thing for
I
the
like
Veterans
that.
Garden, you know,
I
you
like
pull up and it gets a history of the Veterans
Yeah.
Garden, you can have it all linked into your website.
Well, who's gonna build the website pages? You?
On our
This
website,
is-
our website?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nothing.
okay.
Files.
We
Yeah,
can
I think
make
that's
a, we
easy.
can make
If
a
we get
custom
the-
Google map that shows each one.
Yeah, exactly
Yes.
right. Yeah.
I love Google Maps, making our Google Maps, so,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, I'll look into that.
Cool.
I have your email, so I'll follow up with you on that, cause I don't know the, I don't
I
know.
saw one and I was like, this is so cool, what do we have? Because somebody asked me, Langley Laker asked me about, do we have it all mapped out? And I go, no, we don't have it mapped out. And I go,
We should.
and you know, he talked about, don't make it look like a cemetery, you know, and I'm like, yeah, it's a good point too. But if we just have QR codes, you know, and just a little brick that they always have, and then they look up the QR code, pulls up the picture of the service member, the biography, that'll be great. you know?
Yes.
do we have that information?
Well, that's gonna be the challenge for us to get that
Yeah.
information.
I mean, I'm sure it exists somewhere.
We can probably pull it from the families and stuff who attended, so.
Okay,
And there's also some trees that are dedicated, like, Rosie
The Rosie the Riveter.
the River. I mean, we've talked about the Rosie the River story, and then
We
we
got
talked
her-
about
we
Rosie.
got her
the-
bio.
You've already put pictures up and stuff like, you know, that little.
Yeah, the little, when you QR code it, yeah. That's really cool. Okay, next item, scheduled events. You want to speak to it?
Veterans Day. For 44 years, we've always done the Veterans Day, the Sunday before the long weekend, because of attendance. It's a long week, that's a long weekend because Veterans Day is on a Monday. You're not gonna get students from schools, you're not gonna get marching bands because a lot of people, it's a long weekend, they leave. We've never done it on the weekend of Veterans Day. We've always done it historically the Sunday before.
Isn't that what we did?
Didn't we
no,
vote that?
I think where it may have been mixed.
'Cause
I'll
here it's
bring it up
November
to
10th.
Claire, so I don't know if it's the Sunday before the holiday or Sunday before the long weekend, because those are,
It's always a
for
Sunday
this
before the
weekend,
long
it's
weekend,
gonna
but not
be-
interrupt the long weekend.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a.
Veterans Day is the 11th,
And it's always, you know, it's,
but what I'm saying, it's I'm sorry,
yeah,
Monday
yeah.
and it's Sunday.
Yeah, but Sunday before the long weekend and Sunday
always Sunday
before the
before the long
holiday those are gonna be two different days.
Yeah.
This-
I mean, I guess
Not
we've
when
always
it
done it.
lands on
It's like if it
Monday.
It's always a Sunday before the long weekend to not interrupt the long weekend.
If it was on Saturday, the Sunday prior to the long weekend would be
The third?
6 days
Yeah, but what
prior.
I'm saying is Veterans Day is Monday
Uh-huh.
and the day of the parade is that Sunday.
That
No,
you're
but
breaking
they're
the long
saying- no,
Yeah,
but-
you're breaking, I agree.
Correct.
So
So it does, if,
we've always done it
like the
outside of the
third.
long weekend, the weekend before the long weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be fine pushing it to the third.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think that was.
Historically, it's
awesome.
always been.
I don't think we ever voted on that one. We just never discussed it. We just haven't looked at it. So thank you for bringing it up.
Yes.
It-
Yeah.
it's-
So that's how the
We'll
third,
make a
because people
motion to
will be
change it to the
gone.
third.
I'll put a motion on the floor to change the Veterans Day parade from the 10th of November to the 3rd of November.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Did we have any more,
Nope.
push on the Patriot Day to give it to the.
I talked to Nancy
Public
twice on
safety.
it, the chair of the Public Safety Committee, I spoke to her twice on it.
We brought it up at the quarterly.
I brought it up the quarterly.
No take?
I think the concern, if I may, the concern was funding, which is a zero cost event for us.
Yeah, that's what I told her, she can have all the funding we get,
I'm gonna have,
zero.
because the committee hasn't brought it up because of, agenda issues or whatever priorities. We'll bring it up again at their meeting. I mean, it's not complicated.
There's no budget line for the flags?
No, we get it all by donation. I offered her our entire line budget plus $1 in my pocket for the event.
She said no.
And she was like, oh, really?
Maybe we can do it in collaboration with public safety. That's
Yeah,
how the
that
veteran
was-
safety
that was the
parade
idea.
started.
That's
We
a
talked about that,
possibility, but
yeah.
let's, right now, I think, it's
They give
it's
it
something
away.
that's really, if you take a look at it, it's all about first responders, and they're the
Yeah.
ones with first responders. And, it doesn't have to be a complex ceremony, it can be a no-cost ceremony, The police and firefighters show up, they want to be part of it. So we'll see what she eventually says, if she says anything, but I will see her again next month at the HOA meeting, so I'll ask her again.
Timing's important, though.
Sorry, you live in an HOA.
Oh, man. All right, anything further?
They meet next Tuesday.
Make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn?
Second?
All
In favor?
He's adjourning.
Aye.
She's already adjourned. All in favor, aye. Thank you very much, ladies.